Go through my panel. I feel that is a very knowledgeable panel. Let me assassinate your ear holes with my wig knowledge. Hello, two people. My name is Nikki. My online alias is Piggy Nukka. I've been cosplaying since 2004, and I became a wig commissioner in 2010. I started by dyeing wigs, because back when I started cosplaying, there weren't a lot of colors readily available. I've done a lot of different styles of wigs, but as I showed you earlier, I specialize in monster wigs, which have Nurse Joy was a commission, Peridot was a commission, Mina was for me, Bakugo was a commission, Filio was me. During this panel, we're going to be touching on advice on how to style light to heavily styled wigs, as well as going through what is, I might not do that. Are you guys interested in more styling your own wigs, or are you interested in, I also have knowledge about how you should be as a commissionee to a commissioner to like contact other people about styling wigs. Would you like to hear about that as well, or if we have time? Okay, cool. I just have little notes like speckled throughout this about like what's expected as you as somebody commissioning someone, because there's not a lot, but things help a lot. Yeah, I've got what's expected of you and what to look out for if you feel you're better off going commissioning wigs instead of styling them yourself. So let's get started. Why should you use wigs? Wigs may look scary to jump into, but they actually aren't so bad once you get used to them. It might seem appealing to use your natural hair for cosplay. There's nothing wrong with it. I've used my natural hair for cosplay. I cosplayed Tank Girl, and in all honesty, I feel like a buzzed haircut looks better with a natural head. But usually, a wig is gonna look better. Human hair doesn't have the volume that wigs do, because a lot of wigs have crimped fibers at the bases, and it's not going to give you the body that anime and video game characters have without putting in hours of styling and teasing, which will eventually droop throughout the day due to sweat, grease, and wear. It also may seem like an easier route to cut and color your own hair, but over time, it's going to cost you more money than a wig. Wigs are $30 to $80 depending on what you get. A nice haircut, not at Supercuts, is going to be $30 to $60, not including color. I have pink hair under this, and it's usually anywhere from $40 to $120 to like color your hair regularly. Also, coloring your hair is very difficult without practice or use of a professional. Costs can soar into the hundreds, take many sessions to achieve the perfect color without damaging your hair in the process. Like, for example, your hair is darker, so I know that it would take like 2 or 3 sessions to like bleach it to, oh wait.
George, I could never get it blonde no matter how I tried.
Usually what you need to do is, because like in a session of bleaching, your hair will only lift so much, so you need to like wait a day and then you can bleach it again and tone it. It's just like frustrating with darker hair. It looks like you also might go through a few bleaching sessions to get your rainbow colored hair. I see your roots are a little darker. I have a light brown, dark blonde hair, so it takes me like 2 sessions. Yeah, and it still might not come out the shade you want, or it might fade quickly. A lot of pastel colors. Also, hello, welcome to the 3 wig panel.
Hi, nice to finally see you.
Yeah, getting a wig will help preserve your ability to cosplay the character for a long time without having to plan haircuts and styles around a con you're going to, and help you achieve many gravity-defying looks that are impossible to do with only the hair that you grow out of your head. You can also plan to wear many costumes in a weekend instead of just stuff revolving around what hair you have currently. I used to have to do that, and it wasn't fun. So I want to say that just planning is super important about wigs. It's honestly like the core of you doing a good job. It may seem appealing to just buy a wig and just go at it, but in the end, it usually ends in tears rather than happiness. Plan ahead and give yourself always enough time to style. Please don't style your wig in the con hotel room unless you know what you're doing. I've been called up by many friends before asking me to save their projects when they did not have enough time to do what they needed to do. Gather lots of reference pictures. I can't stress this enough. Sometimes it seems like, oh, I'll just grab the character art of this character off a video game or something. But like, you look at the anime and it like changes sometimes just because of inconsistencies in character design and stuff like that. And that could help you. Like, there have been times where I'm like, oh, this would be really difficult to do, or I don't like really how this looks, but in certain shots it looks different. I'm like, oh, I prefer how this looks. Think of how you want to tackle your wig, because also you could go like a natural style instead of like crazy, like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, I saw a Junko cosplayer from Danganronpa here this weekend, and her hair's really big, and it like, to accurately portray that in a wig can be difficult, but I really liked what she did. She did like a more natural style with a lot of little ringlets, and I was like, wow, that's a great way to get the body of the wig without like trying to be cartoony.
Is it the girl with the enormous blonde?
Yeah, pigtails. Yeah, her wig was really good. Accuracy is always good, but also think about flattering shades of color for your skin tone. So, like, I don't personally look good in a lot of really cool colors because I've already got a cool skin tone. It kind of blends in with me. So I tend to go on a little bit warmer sides for things sometimes just because it helps me pop. So, and that's different for every person. Study the shapes of your wigs and think what will go into achieving the shape, because sometimes you need to add base pieces under it to hold up the hair, which I will get into. I've got multiple tutorials online how to make crazy shapes. And always buy extra materials if you're ordering something online, because it is expensive to ship and it's really crappy when you realize you're out one pack of wefts to finish your wig and the con's in a day. Also, commissioning advice. If you are commissioning a wig from somebody, hello, welcome to the wig panel. We're just getting into planning wigs, so you haven't missed much if you stay or don't. Oh, I love your worms on the strings. But if you're commissioning wigs, I feel like it's part of the person commissioning the wig to the commissioner to gather the reference pictures, because you can't expect your wig commissioner to be in the same fandoms you are. And I've had people come to me before going, I want this wig. And I'm like, okay, could you get me more pictures? And they're like, no, could you watch the 20 episodes of this anime you've never seen and I need this wig in a week? Like, or if there's certain aspects of their hair that adds to their character, I'm not gonna know that. So if you ever commission a wig, you are the fan of the series. You're basically their knowledge of making what you want. So that's just, I appreciate when customers come to me and give me a folder of what they're looking for and say like, they need this color underneath, or this little curl on the head is really important. So that's just a little commission-y advice. So there are two different kinds of wigs. There's human hair and synthetic hair. And you can use both or either, but I'm gonna say to get synthetic. Human hair is really expensive. That's what you're gonna find in local wig shops. It can style like wig hair or like normal hair, and it is bleachable because it's actual real hair strands. You can't. There are people are coming up with ways to lighten wigs. They used to not be able to. I haven't messed with that yet. Human hair is also gonna have a longer life. But synthetic is a lot cheaper, lots of color options, and there's a variety of styles. So where do you get your wigs? American shops are what I prefer to use. Back in my day, you could only get quality synthetic wigs from overseas. I've been cosplaying since 2004. I'm 30. I'm probably a lot older than some of y'all here. And back when I started cosplaying, we had every color of the wig under the rainbow, but there was one shade of each color. So you had bubblegum pink or highlighter yellow. Those were your options. You couldn't use heat on a lot of these wigs because they just melt, because heat-resistant wigs didn't exist. I've fried a wig or two in the past. But now in the wonderful age of science, most wigs are heat-resistant, so you can use heat styling tools on them, like hair straighteners, without them melting. And these are great for cosplay, because it can be very difficult to find good wigs in a variety of colors locally in town, because that's not what people are looking for. They're looking for natural hair. The internet is wonderful for that, because now you can get anything. Now we have American wig companies that have popped up over the years, making it easier to get the materials for your wigs. Major wig companies have in-depth details, photo galleries, and user reviews online that make it easy to choose your perfect wig. They also make it extremely easy to get weft packs and hair accessories in the matching color if you need to do intense styling. So the three companies I like to use are Epic Cosplay, Arta Wigs, and 5 Wits Wigs. I know people haven't really heard of the bottom one. They're really, really good if you need character-specific style wigs. Like when Voltron came out, they were actually selling like Shiro wigs that were already put together in the colors you needed, which was time-saving. But pros to purchasing from American companies. It's easy purchase and communications. That's personally why I like to buy from them, because I do these insane wigs where I'll